What you're about to see is perhaps the best explanation yet. This is still not confirmed, of course, but it could be a good explanation of what is going on with all these drones in New Jersey thing. So I'm going to be playing this. This is Pete, and I'm making just quick comments because this is really concerning if this is true, and would make sense at the same time of why are there so many drones specifically in New Jersey and now in New York, and why do they come out at night?
Hey everyone, my name is John Ferguson. I'm the CEO of Saxon Aerospace here in Wichita, Kansas. I'm not normally a TikTok kind of a guy. I like watching this stuff every once in a while. But I'm a manufacturer of unmanned aircraft, military grade unmanned aircraft, as you can see one of my systems here. There's all of these mysterious drones going on off the East Coast, and as a professional, as a subject matter expert, I wanted to give you all my opinion on what I think could be going on with these drones. I don't particularly believe that these have a nefarious intent. I could be wrong, but I want to give you the truth and what I believe. It's my own opinion, and I've not bounced this off of anybody, so, if you think it's bullshit, whatever, that's cool. I don't want to spread misinformation, as we know that there's a lot of that going around. But anyway.
Yeah, there's more than enough.
Back in the 1980s, Ronald Reagan had dismantled the nuclear program, and there were, with Russia, there were countless nuclear missiles that were disarmed and disposed of. Well, there were over 80, I believe. There were over 80 nuclear warheads that were in Ukraine that came up missing, okay? We don't know where they are. Maybe somebody does, but nobody really knows where these are.
We don't know where these nuclear warheads are. That's not a sentence that you want to hear. That's not something that you want to hear.
And I speak with some pretty high-level government officials on this stuff, and it seems as though that is the case. So I spoke to a gentleman a few months ago who was trying to raise an alarm to the highest levels of our government, which they had their ears closed, about this one particular nuclear warhead that he physically put his hands on. He physically touched this warhead that was left over from Ukraine. And he knew that thing was headed towards the United States. Okay?
Yeah, I know that this sounds like a James Cameron movie. This absolutely sounds like True Lies. Remember, like True Lies. I'm trying to add some levity to this, but if there's any truth to this, what is the other explanation? What is the other explanation? I don't know.
Serious deal, and everyone knows that the United States government, this administration, is pushing to get into a war with Russia. We all know that. We all feel it. We all see it.
Yeah, that has been happening for a while. First, the proxy war through Ukraine, and now, well, they're threatening. They're poking the bear over and over again.
Okay. Well, back up a few years. Do y'all remember when those drones were mysteriously flying across the Interstate 70 corridor from Colorado up into Nebraska, down here in Kansas, and out into Missouri? Well, it was believed that those drones were looking for radioactive material because there had been some material that come up missing here in the United States, and they felt like it was high probability that the nuclear or the radioactive material would be taken along the Interstate 70 corridor heading east or west or south. So from what we understand, they were out there trying to find this radioactive material. Now, drones, they have no reason to be in the air at night, unless you're doing some type of ISR work, intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, looking for bad guys, or looking for a victim, a search and rescue victim, or law enforcement, or some type of military project, right? There's no reason for a drone.
The idea is how these drones can see at night, what are they searching for, and how they use any kind of optics to be able to find whatever they're looking for. Is this radioactive? Is this some kind of signal? Some kind of how do those drones detect this?
To be flying at night. really, okay? Because they don't see shit. So, unless you have thermal optics, drones really don't see stuff. You need to do mapping during the day. If you're going to do farming stuff, you mostly do it during the day. The only reason why you would ever fly an unmanned aircraft at night, is if you're looking for something, whether it be a person or trying to smell gas. We have methane gas detection systems that can detect gas leaks in pipelines.
But why would that be from the air? Wouldn't that be better? I don't know. A drone trying to detect a methane gas. I don't know how that works.
You really wouldn't use thermal optics for trying to find gas leaks, just simply because the only way you're actually going to find a gas leak with thermal optics is if the gas leak is aggressive enough that it has a difference in temperature. Because thermal imaging, it creates a digital image based off the temperature variance. So whatever is different in temperature, it creates an image. Usually gas leaks so slow that it goes quickly into ambient, before you can even see it. So we have special sensors that can detect gas leaks. We also have special sensors that can detect radioactive material.
Okay.
So with this gentleman that I had spoken with, who was trying to raise the alarm to try to get somebody in the government to say, hey, we need to work together to go try to find this nuclear warhead, none of that ever happened. They knew that warhead was on its way to the United States. That's all that ever came of it.
Yeah, literally the plot of True Lies, I think.
Nothing ever happened. This government did not do anything at all to help this gentleman raise the alarm and raise awareness that there is a very deadly weapon on its way to the United States. It's out there. Nobody knows where it's at now. It left Europe. Now it's gone. So my guess.
How do you hide that? Aren't there like ways to detect that from, I don't know, some kind of pulse or radiation? I believe it was John Kermack that made a commentary about how drones should emit this kind of signal, so you can have a serial number that they emit, so you know that they are legit, that they're not this secret stuff. Why so much secrecy with drones that are everywhere, and with this lights and all this show and all this stuff, and they don't come clean about what is going on? What is the government hiding?
My own guess is that these drones are not nefarious in intent. If they are, they are, but I doubt it.
Yeah, because if they were nefarious in intent, well, New Jersey will be toast by now.
But if they are drones, the only reason why they would be flying, and flying that low, is because they're trying to smell something on the ground. That's it. There's no other reason for a drone to be flying in the air other than to piss a bunch of people off at night.
Other than to piss people off at night. Michael Martin, super chat, thank you. I know that in the mid-90s, 100 nuclear briefcase bombs went missing from Russia. To my knowledge, they have never been found. That is not very encouraging, Michael. But, well...
That's it. So, my belief is they're trying to smell something on the ground. Gas leaks, radioactive material, whatever. So, and do I think that they're coming up out of the ocean? No, I don't think so. Drones that are multicopter type drones, not the fixed wing aircraft that look like regular airplanes, but the multicopters, they only have so much battery life. They have hybrid versions that are gas powered with electric, but those can still only fly for a short period of time. There's no way in hell that any drone is going to go miles off the coast as a multicopter.
That is important. We were talking about that the other day. It's not like a mothership out in the ocean and send those drones out to New Jersey and then come back to the mothership. No, they wouldn't have the autonomy for that.
And fly into the interior of the United States and do a bunch of work and then turn around and fly back. It's just physics will not allow that to happen. So these drones, I believe, are launched from a location that nobody knows, but I do believe that they're flying low enough that they're just trying to sniff the ground and try to find something. So, again, I hate to be a pessimist or a guy that thinks, directly to the negative, However,
Yeah, but it's what you have shared with us, man. What you have shared with us, it's just something that we need to maybe buff. I don't know how. I don't think that any. Maybe some of you smoke. I think we need a cigarette right now. Not near a gas leak, that's for sure. Not near a gas leak. But what you're implying, what this guy is implying, is that somebody lost a nuclear warhead, something that goes boom, very boom, and that thing that goes very boom is near New York, in New Jersey, and they're looking for that. That's covering Joe's heart.
however, I know as a professional, I mean, we build professional stuff for the military. You know, I believe that they're actually out there trying to smell something that's very important. So anyway, let me know what you think of this video. I'm not trying to gaslight. I'm not.
Smell something very important. Maybe it's trying to smell cow farts. Maybe that's what they're trying to smell. Again, that's this is unconfirmed, but people are saying, what would be the other reason? They are looking for something, and they are looking for something especially in New Jersey. For some reason, they know that there's something in there that we were talking about the other day. If you're trying to test drones, you have deserts everywhere that you can use to test drones and everywhere. You have to test the drones in a city. Oh, this is just a drone test. You come forward. Oh, this is just a drone test. But the reason that they don't say much is why so many drones, because this is something urgent. This is the only reason that I come up with. And the fact that it is urgent, then, well, let's see that it's just, I don't know, it's, I would only say that January 20 cannot come soon enough. Oh my God.